welcome to another episode of Tekkit. In the last episode, we got started into Railcraft, made some coal coke ovens to get us some coal coke and some kerosene oil. And we also took a look at standard rails using iron. But, you know, we don't want to do that. That's kind of wasteful in terms of Railcraft. What we really want is steel. And in order to get steel, you need to make a blast furnace, and using the coal coke that you make from the coke oven, cook iron into steel. Now, in order to make the steel ingots, you need to make a blast furnace, obviously. And the blast furnace requires nether brick, so I'm just kind of taking my dark matter hammer to a fortress here. There we go. Should we leave? I noticed the hammer doesn't seem to get these fence posts. So we might just leave those there. Alright, let's head on back to Midway Station. Take a sip. Take a sip of my drink of choice today is Pepsi. Other drinks are available. I find it funny when Simon and Lewis make some reference to something copyrighted, and they're always like, other versions are available, other brands, you know, to kind of cover themselves. It's kind of funny. So, all right, back at Midway Station. Let's see how much has been made. Not too much. These coke ovens are really slow. So we got more kerosene oil. We've got more coal coke. Our employees have grown up, and it would seem that they're working on making more employees. Are they both back here? Nope, that's just one. Where's the other one? We're missing an employee. Oh, there he is. Over here. Checking out the chest. Alright, so I grabbed that 2 coal coke that I found from that dungeon, and I might as well go ahead and take everything out of here real quick, just so we'll have it. Alright, now let's get to building these blast furnaces. Now, blast furnace. Oh yeah, I still have it up here. It's really dark. Blast furnace. It requires soul sand, nether brick, and magma cream. This down here is an alternate recipe of magma cream and infernal brick, which infernal brick is just nether brick and soul sand. And I'm actually kind of curious as for the uses of infernal brick. I guess it's just for decoration. Okay, so, well, problem is we don't have any magma cream, but fear not. You can simply craft it using blaze powder and slime balls, and I've brought along a bunch of slime balls and blaze powder with me, so I'm just gonna make a bunch of magma cream. Oops. As much as we can, really. Why not? Alright, there we go. Let's throw the rest of the slime balls into there. Okay. Now, let's open up the bag. I did a little bit of collecting. Alright. So, nether brick. Okay. Nether sand, we'll say. And magma cream. I must have this backwards. There we go. Blast furnace brick. That gets us a good supply. Good supply. I may just put the rest of this up, actually. This is good to get us started. Now, the construction of the blast furnace is similar to that of the coke oven. It's 3 by 3, but it's 4 tall instead of 3 tall, and you leave the middle 2 blocks hollow. And where should we put it? Got kind of a wall over here we haven't used, I guess. Well, no, I kind of want them close to the coke ovens. So let's go here. And we'll, once again, going to want to make a few of these. Let's just make a couple along this wall. Oops. You want Don't you have work you should be doing? And we want to go another high. Oh man, we're going to block that light a little bit. Didn't think this through. Oh well. Bam! As you can see, it's transformed to a blast furnace. So, I want to do the same thing with these. And how many are we going to have? I guess we're going to have 3. Oops. Oops. Going to cover up that light a little bit. There we go. 3 blast furnaces. Alright. So, let's put these up. Now, what we want to do is get some iron, because I didn't bother to bring any iron with me. 2, 3. Oops. Give me that energy back. There we go. Alright. So we're going to want to put these in here. Now the interface is the same in the latest version, so no differences here. Let's go ahead and split this up evenly if we can. And we'll just get it started. Just start making some steel. Now we've got more kerosene oil. We can make more tracks. Let's get out our wood slabs. Boom. Alright. Our stone, got our wood rail beds, rather. Now let's look at making let's look at making some like a powered rail. That requires an advanced rail instead of the standard rail. Now in the rolling machine we're going to want to put standard rail, a line of redstone, and a line of gold ingots. So let's get this out. Let's put in the Klein star. Oh, shit. Let's get some redstone out. Unlock that. Get some gold out. Gonna be using up my Klein star. And can I put stuff in the rolling machine and it stay? Yes. Good. Let's do this. And oh, we need standard rails first. So, hang on to these. Alright, how we doing on the steel? Oh, cool. I already got quite a few bits of steel going. There we go. Got any coal coke that we can put in the oven? Alright. There we go. Get us some more steel blocks. Alright, so, same thing that we did with the iron, we just do with the steel. And we get double the amount of rails, so that's why you really want to use the steel. There we go. Now we got 48 standard rails plus the... we had 2. Yeah, plus the 2 right there. So we've got 50. Let's get... go. Let's get some more rail beds. Alright. Okay, now let's get some advanced rails. Put all these in here. I don't want to use too many. Which, I mean, it's kind of a good deal. I mean, you use 3 rails and you get 8 out of it. Make a couple more. Make another. I wonder if we can just make a stack of advanced rails. There we go. Cool. Now, that'll get us started. So, for power track, we are going to need this redstone and a rail bed. So, let's get advanced rails going, get a rail bed, and there we go, got some power track. Woohoo! So that's kind of how you'd make that. Same thing here on the detector rail. Let's we could make this real quick. Let's see. I don't have any stone. Do have some cobble. Can trade that out for normal stone. And get some pressure plates. I think I only need one though. And over here, was it like this? And standard rail. Cool. Let's actually, I want to make two batches. And this all just went in my bag. There we go. All right. Cool. Now we got some detector rail, got some powered rail. Awesome. All right. Now let's get into some more Railcrafty stuff. One thing that Railcraft has that is, that you're able to use to transfer things from one machine to another is they have loaders and unloaders. And there's three kinds. There's well, I guess technically there's two. There's an item loader and an item unloader, and then there's a liquid loader and a liquid unloader. In this version of Railcraft, the liquid loaders and unloaders really don't do much for you unless you've got Buildcraft installed and you're doing like oil pumps and lava pumps and things like that. There's a tank cart that you can use to transfer liquid over a rail. Also, if you have IndustrialCraft installed, it has an energy loader and an energy unloader, and you can make an MFE cart, and you can move energy from one place to another, which I may play with, because that sounds kind of interesting. And also, these two loaders here, there's an advanced item loader and an advanced item unloader. Now, these loaders are a bit special, and I'll show you why. The first thing is we need some dispensers. This kind of gives you a use for if you've got like a skeleton spawner that you're using as like an XP grinder. Hang on to them bows when they drop those bows. If they even drop bows in this version. Yeah, I think they do. So, let's see. Oh man. I don't think I have anything with me that I can use to make bows. I doubt I've ever taught this thing string. Well, this is no good. No good, that's all. Alright, well, let me... I'm not prepared, once again. Let me go get some, I guess some string, and I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back. And the sun's about to go down. Brilliant. Alright, I went and grabbed my bow that I had in the junk chest I forgot all about. So, let's craft a dispenser. Also grabbed my stone while I was there. And the dispensers are transmutable, by golly. So we're gonna make a bunch. Stick that in there. Make a stack. Make 2 stacks. Alright. Alright, the next thing we're gonna need for these loaders and unloaders is we're gonna need these detector blocks. And detector storage? That's interesting. Oh. Hello. An ender pearl. Interesting. Okay. That's different. Oh, I bet. Ah, that's why. Okay. I understand now. I'll explain here in a second when we get there. Alright, so let's first of all we need a bunch more pressure plates. Let's get these back out. And then we need a bunch of wood. So give me that wood. Alright. And this will get us our storage detectors. I think in the latest version of Railcraft they're called detector item, not detector storage. That's a little different. Recipe's the same though. And now what we can do is, depending on where you place the detector or the dispenser, it will get you the loader or the unloader. So here's dispenser on top, detector on bottom would get you an item loader. Reverse those, detector on top, dispenser on the bottom will get you an unloader. Go ahead and make one of each, and we'll show you why it's important. Alright, so let's get out like a wood plank. Let's come over here. Dang it. Alright. Basically, I'll just set them down, and then we can take a look at the differences. Alright, so here we go. So on your left here, this is the item loader. You'll notice it's got a smooth top and a hole on the bottom. This here is the unloader, has the hole on the top, smooth bottom. And if we right click, we can open it up and see this is an item loader. Ooh, the interface is a little different. Interesting. And then this here, you can see this is the unloader. Now, you got to pay attention to these holes, because this is where the detection happens. This is where it has to detect the cart. So, like with the loader, the cart has to be underneath it, and it would have to be one block. So basically, to put it in perspective, the cart would need to go there. Put a track down. The cart would have to be there, basically, in order for the loader to detect it. This, on the other hand, it would need to be up top. So your track would have to be like that, and it'll unload into whatever target inventory you've got. You may have a chest sitting up here to load out of a chest. You know, just however you have it set up, basically. Let's get these back. Okay. Now, let's move these out of the way. Now, there is something you can make that's a little more helpful. If we take a look, if we go back to loaders here, the advanced loaders and unloaders, you can actually change their orientation. You can turn them. And so that way, you know, you're not limited to a cart only on top or a cart only on bottom. You can turn them the direction you need them to be. And the recipe in the latest version of Railcraft is actually a little different. In the latest version of Railcraft, you can actually make tools out of the steel. You can make a steel sword, a steel axe, a pickaxe, a shovel. I think you can make a hoe, I'm not sure. And they're better than iron, not as good as diamond. And as a result of that, the recipe for the advanced loaders and unloaders actually requires a steel shovel. But in this version, since those don't exist, it apparently requires an ender pearl. So once again, I'm unprepared because I don't have an ender pearl on me to make one. So, but we'll take a look at it some other time. And I'm also curious as to these energy loaders. I think that sounds interesting. Energy loaders and unloaders. So let's say we want to move coal coke from the coke oven straight into the blast furnaces, so that way we can get some benefit out of it. Well, the way the inputs and outputs work on these coke ovens is, in this version anyway, coal is input from the top instead of from the bottom like you would imagine. So your coal would be input through the top. The coal coke, or coke coal, coal coke. The coal coke comes out the sides. So, as an example, if we say we wanted to transfer, we would want to put a loader on the side there. And so that way the coal coke will come through the loader, go onto the cart, and wherever we want it to go from there. And the kerosene oil bottles, they come out of the bottom. In the latest version of Railcraft, it's a little different, since you can actually pull both the coal coke and the bottles of kerosene oil out of either the sides or the bottom. And you can also attach a liquid unloader to either the side or the bottom and pull out the pull this straight oil out and put it into either a tank cart. Well, you'd have to put it into a tank cart, but you can also put it into a storage tank. So, and then as for unloading, I guess the objective I want to do here is I want to get, I want to unload my coal into these ovens here. How am I going to do that? I think I would actually need the advanced loaders and unloaders. So, but that's going to take a bit of time, I think. Well, I don't know. I'll get to that. We'll get to that next time. That's some advanced stuff. The next thing that you really need to use in conjunction with the loaders and unloaders is you need another kind of track, a track that Railcraft adds, and it is this one here. You can kind of see it's called a holding track. It looks pretty similar to a powered rail, only it requires a pressure plate. So do our advanced rails here. Keep messing that up. Do our rail bed, our redstone, and I don't have any pressure plates. Pressure plate, redstone, rail bed. Bam, there's a holding track. Let me go ahead and make a bit of normal track, since I don't have any. Alright. Now with the holding track, you would want to put this where the carts are going to be loading and unloading. So I'd want to put that here. Basically, the holding track will hold the cart until it is done performing its function, either loading or unloading, and then it'll boost it on its way. So that's how you want to set up these loaders and unloaders. Really, you want to use holding track. Otherwise, if you use, say, you just use booster rail or normal track, the cart will simply pass it, and while it's under it, it'll try to load and unload what it can, and then continue on its way. So it's not very efficient, because then it's only able to transfer maybe 10 items, whereas the holding track will hold it in place until it's done. So you want to use holding track. I can hear spiders above me. So, all right. So I think I may call this episode good. So we've done a little bit. Made a blast furnace. Went through some of the different kinds of track. So I'd say that's pretty good. Next time on Tekkit, we'll take a look at the advanced loaders and unloaders and see if we can't automate this a little bit using Railcraft, because that would be cool. I mean, you can automate using Buildcraft pipes and red power tubes on the coke ovens and whatnot. I mean, that does work, but this is Railcraft. We want to use Railcraft devices. So I will see you guys next time if I can get out the door. Here we go. All right, see you guys then.